You know, there's many legends of pro hockey in New Brunswick over the last 3 decades. This one, of course, is well known to people in the Dalhousie and Nakwik area, former NHLer, former coach in the Maritime Hockey League, the KHL, the NLA, the Q, and he's returning to the Q this year to take on a big project, head coach of the St. John SeaDogs. Of course, we're talking about the favorite son of Nakwik and Dalhousie, the great Gordie Dwyer. Now, Gordie Dwyer, born Dalhousie, New Brunswick, January 25th, 1978, is considered one of the best hockey minds in New Brunswick history. He has dedicated more than 3 decades to the sport he loves as a player, a developer, a coach. He's an inventor as well. He created a protective sock for hockey players several years ago. Was once ranked as one of the top under 40 in North America by certain publications. And the announcement on Wednesday, August 4th, came as a pleasant surprise because the SeaDogs are trying to work towards a Memorial Cup hosting down the road. Now, for the 5 people out there who have never heard of Gordie, I'm going to go over some basics of career. He played the NHL after a great Q career for Tampa Bay, New York Rangers, and the Montreal Canadiens, where he was primarily an enforcer. He eventually became the head coach of the PI Rocket Charlottetown Islanders of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League from 2011 to 2015. He also served coaching duties in the Continental Hockey League, primarily for the great Dynamo Minsk SHC. Now, he first came to major prominence in minor hockey when he skated in the 1992 Quebec International Pee Wee Hockey Tournament with a minor squad from Drummondville. Now, he grew into a 6'2", 200-pound left winger, very, very strong, fearless in many ways. In his pro career, he took on some of the big fighters of the NHL and the minor leagues, including the great Bob Probert. Now, as a youth, he also attended Philemon Wright High School in Hull, Quebec, where he played for the Hull Olympics of the Q. He also played for the Association Laval Titan, Beaufort Harfangs, Drummondville Voltigeurs, and the Quebec Rempart in the Q League. Now, I've covered Gordie's career pretty well since he's been a teenager, primarily after he entered the draft for the second time. Now, Dwyer was drafted by the Blues in the 3rd round, 67 overall, of the 96 NHL entry draft. However, he was unable to reach a contract agreement with St. Louis, and then re-entered the draft in 98 and was selected by the Habs in the 6th round, 152nd overall. He eventually came out of Montreal, Universe, where he was traded to Tampa Bay for Mike McBain on November 26, 1999. Now, while with Tampa Bay, he broke a Guinness World Book of Records and achieved international notoriety by receiving a 23-game suspension for leaving the penalty box to engage in a bench-clearing brawl during which he verbally and physically abused officials in a preseason game against the Capitals of September 19, 2000. At the time, he was in the longest suspension in major pro hockey history, with a 5-figure fine as well. And the tape of this is out there. He basically washed the linesman in response to the ongoing situation. Now, he had played in the minor and major pro leagues for quite some years. Now, when he broke in with Montreal, he played with the New Orleans Brass and the Fredericton Canadiens in the 99 season, and the Quebec Citadels in 2000, as well as the Detroit Vipers of the IHL for 27 games. Now, his first season with Tampa Bay, he played in 24 games, 1 assist with 135 minutes and penalties, with 24 games with the Vipers. Back with Tampa Bay in 01, 1 assist in 28 games with 96 minutes and penalties. 02, he played with the Springfield Falcons and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay that year, 26 games, 16 minutes and penalties. He was eventually traded to New York Rangers, where he was a teammate of Lindros, Messi, all the big players. He played the 03 season with the Rangers, 1 assist in 17 games, but also ended up in the Montreal Universe again, where he was claimed on waivers from the Rangers in February that year. Now, he had played 11 games in Montreal that year, 46 minutes and penalties with spot duty. 04, he played with their minor affiliate in Hamilton for 55 games with 110 minutes and penalties, but only 2 games with the Habs this year, which ended up being his last NHL duties. 05 and 06, he played with the Lowell Lock Monsters of the IHL. Now, he had been signed by the Carolina Hurricanes in 2004, but eventually never played for them. He then skated again for Lowell over 2 years, where he had again 183 minutes and penalties in 56 games and 9 points. Now, he was injured in 2005-06, and he missed most of the season. Now, Dwyer then went to the Vancouver Canucks training camp in 06, hoping to earn a roster spot. He also attended the New York Islanders 2007 training camp, where he was a late cut. Now, final NHL totals, 108 games, 5 assists with 394 minutes and penalties. Now, Dwyer eventually went to Europe, where he played the majority of the 07 season with the Örebro Vipers of Swedish Division 1. In his first game at Örebro, he notched 2 assists, where he had 15 points and 16 penalty minutes in 11 games. Now, in 08, he played in Villages Schwenningen for the SERC Wild Wings in the German Bundesliga Level 2, where he had 7 points and 34 minutes and penalties in 14 games. Now, he also played for the Portland Pirates that year, where he had 3 points and 27 penalty minutes in 13 games. Now, he repeated with the Örebro Watford Vipers of the Swedish Division 1 for 2009, where he had 7 points and 79 penalty minutes in 13 games. Now, he eventually turned to coaching. Dwyer was named head coach and associate GM of the Summerside Western Capitals of the Maritime Junior Hockey League for the 2010 season. He had led a rebuilding team to a regular season record of 27-21-2, and he finished third in the Meek Division and won a 7-game division semifinal series against second-place member She. The Capitals were then eliminated by eventual league champion Woodstock in a 5-game division final. Now, 2011, Dwyer returned as the team's head coach and associate director of hockey operations, leading Summerside to a second-place finish with a 36-12-1-3 record. Under Dwyer's guidance, the team went on to capture the Kent Cup as league champions with a 12-3 playoff record. Following the season, he was named the league's coach of the year. Now, on May 17, 2011, he moved to the Q as head coach of the BPI Rocket of the QMJHL. Now, in the Hockey News 2011 edition of the 100 Most Powerful People in Ice Hockey, Dwyer was considered one of the top 40 under the age of 40. The recognition was attributed to his assistance in the development of the Tough and Light sports sock, which is a unisex cut resistant protective item. Now, on April 22, 2012, he was named assistant coach with Team Canada that won the bronze at the 2012 IIHF World Under-18 Championship in the Czech Republic. Now, on April 28, 2005, he ended his tenure with the franchise, included head coach of the Charlottetown Islanders when he moved. Now, Dwyer went 116, 133, 9, 14, and 4 seasons as the team's bench watch. It included a 35, 28, 1, and 4 record in his final postseason when the Islanders defeated Sherbrooke Phoenix to advance the second round for the first time since 2004. Now, on June 15, 2015, Dwyer was named the head coach of the KHL Zagreb of the Continental Hockey League. In December 2016, he also served as assistant coach of Team Canada prestigious Spengler Cup, helping guide Canada to their 14th title that year. And he's been part of the Spengler Cup program for quite some time. Now, in a release from the SeaDogs, which just hit the press, as we say, he said, "I'm thrilled to join and lead the SeaDogs during an exciting time for the entire organization and passionate fan base in St. John. I'm looking forward to working with our talented group of players, driving development and performance to collectively reach our full potential." Now, he was also coached at the recent Junior Olympics for Team Canada, and when he became a member of Team Canada the first time in his career, again, it was that assistant coach duties with the U18 team in 2012. Now, since then, again, he has coached with Team Canada on numerous occasions, including as assistant at Spengler in 17 and 19, and as head coach for Canada's under-16 team at the Youth Olympic Games, and most recently as assistant with the gold medal-winning Canada Under-18 program at the 2021 IIHF Under-18 World Title event in Texas. Now, In a release from President and GM Trevor Georgie of the SeaDogs, we're happy to welcome Gordie as our new head coach. He has a variety of interesting coaching experience, including coaching professional in Europe and coaching in the Q. He knows our league, and he has coached in the Maritimes division. He is coming off winning a gold medal with Canada's under-18 team and is highly motivated. I look forward to welcoming him and his family to the SeaDogs. Now, just as a reminder, we did a previous podcast on Gordie. He had coached in Shawinigan for that abbreviated COVID-19 2019-20 season before, again, moving on to other opportunities. Now, Georgie said that talking about Greg Albert being taking over Gordie, taking over head coach duties from him. He said Greg has a lot of experience and hockey knowledge. Added Georgie, we look forward to having contributed in a meaningful way with our club moving forward. Now, there's a possibility of them trying to host a Memorial Cup down the road, and that's what there's talk about, building towards that. So they're bringing Gordie in for the experience. If you do get the Memorial Cup as a host, it'll be an interesting thing because Gordie has international and national experience with these type of events. And the SeaDogs, it'll be rocking in St. John if the Memorial Cup basically comes back, tournament comes back to New Brunswick. It's been a quite interesting road from Gordie. I've done about, countless stories with him as a player and a coach. He's a stand-up guy, but he only involves himself with things he believes in. He's told me many times he enjoys coaching. He's a family man. He's family in PI. That's a consideration as well. I think it's a good fit for him. I think St. John and Gordie, because he's connections with York and Carleton County and the northern part of New Brunswick. New Brunswick's a small place. 780,000 people. Everybody knows everybody else. And Gordie is going to draw the fans in St. John because if they just put his relatives alone in the rink, that's an extra 1,000 people. But I mean, Gordie is very personable. He's good with the players. He's good with the media. He's tremendous with the media. And I tell you something. When I heard the news today, I said to myself, well, it's not the NHL, but it's an okay. It's okay with me. If Gordie's happy, us in the media that support him and that promote his style of play, he's a player's coach. He's a coach that's basically going to be tough when he has to be, but he's very intelligent. Gordie has one thing on his side. A bunch of the North Shore are all the same. We're logical thinkers. And I think him with the SeaDogs, you're going to see a very cerebral team over the next few seasons. Anyway, that's the good news for New Brunswick today. If you like what we're doing with our podcast channel here, give us a like, comment, subscribe. And if you have any comments about Gordie, please let us know. He's met a lot of people in his travels. Wish him good luck on this channel, and keep an eye out for the media in southern New Brunswick, especially the Telegraph and the radio and TV station in St. John area. It's going to be an interesting next term for the SeaDogs with Gordie Dwyer at the helm. Have a good day. Bye.